But yeah, here, let me go ahead and load up CBCC esports. All right. Yeah, because I want to go through and like delete all these partial VODs and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. No problem. I'm gonna start warming up my hands. So, yep, yep. You know it. Training, practice tool, go. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Let's do rise combos. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. What is this hitbox? Okay. Cool. Um. That's progress. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna refresh to make sure it's up. It is up. Hey, perfect. Okay. Yep. Sounds good. All right, man. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the broadcast. Looks like Pick Ban has already started, so thank you for joining us. Today we are bringing you a match with our CVCC Red Hawk League of Legends team. This is playoff action. It has been a really interesting regular season, and we are already in the mix. We've got a Vex. It does look like the Hawks are going to be on the blue side. So the first pick Vex in the mid lane for Jackal. And a quick response with Jarvan jungle and Anivia very likely in the mid lane on the other side. I do like that combination. I have seen Anivia in the support role a few times, so I wouldn't rule it out. The same could be said about Vex, but pretty unlikely. And if we look at the bans here, we've got Ezreal, Syndra, and Vayne from the Hawks. And on the other side, we've got Hecarim, Veigar, and Illaoi. All three power picks. They've definitely done some scouting. Those are some big champs for our boys here. But it looks like the Wukong is going to get locked in response. So jungler's off the board. Likely mid laners off the board. What are they going to pick here? All right, no surprise there. We've got Jewel on an Enchanter once again. This is the signature Lulu pick that we've seen quite a bit this season. Had a lot of success as well. A lot of good pairings in the bot lane there. The Vayne being the one that comes to mind, but that's banned away. And on the other side, we have a Phelios. Interesting that they wanted to get that right away. A lot of AD carry picks out there. Now the Gwen is going to be taken away. So they do not believe that that Wukong is going to go top. I like the Naughty ban. Very powerful support there. He likes to play into enchanters. And there goes the orange, so they are really targeting Zodiac up top. In response, I imagine they could aim. I haven't seen the champs that the opponent plays, but probably aim at that top lane also. Okay, well, let's get that hook champion out of here. Thresh, one of my all-time favorites. Really fun to watch, but get him out of here, not today. So let's see where they go here. It looks like opponent is going to have last pick. So I imagine they're going to be picking support here. And Renata comes in at the very last second. Interesting team comp they put together here. A lot of disengage. But against Wukong, like that's typically a good idea. And here comes the Aatrox. All right, so those top lane bans did not slow Zodiac down one bit. This is a champ he really likes to play, and not sure what matchup he's going to end up getting here. But now we're going to find out what 007 is going to be carrying on, and it's going to be his signature Ashe pick. So really strong bot lane, lots of CC, lots of slows. Can definitely contest waves. Really like the Ashe Lulu pickup. Oh, wow. So we are going to have a Fiora into Aatrox battle top. And you know that's going to be really interesting to watch. So if we take a look at these team comps here, it does look like we have a good bit of engage on the side of our Redhawks. They are going to be looking for some team fights, but Ashe Arrow is going to give them the ability to get some nice picks. On the other side of the map, Fiora is going to want to split push, and Phelios Renata, very difficult to fight into. I got to say, scales really well. The Anivia as well, like just really good at zone control. So they're going to be dictating a lot of how these fights can play out. But Vex, Wukong, Aatrox, they want to go in. And, I mean, to be honest, so does Jarvan. So I think we're going to have a banger here. So this is game one of what I expect to be a best of three. We'll see if that is correct or not. And there is a 3-minute spectator delay here. So we are going to take a quick break before we get into the action of the game. So about 2.5 minutes or so pause, and we'll be right back. Alright, we are back. And this is going to be quite the game here. Let's take a quick look at summoner spells. It looks like we've got teleports in the top lane. We've got teleports in the mid lane. We've got ignites in the bot lane, as well as ghosts. Everything just mirrored across the board here. You don't see that very often. But the Redhawks got to be pretty excited about getting this draft. These are champions they've had success on all year long. They feel very comfortable with them. I'm sure these are picks that they've been practicing. And I imagine they've got a really good game plan coming into this. So, once again, no level 1 shenanigans. Both teams just completely spreading across the map here. No intention of fighting. Looks like Jarvan might walk up and might drop his flag in the bush. But I don't think either team really wants to get off to a rough start with one of these kind of cheese invades. So I do think we're probably going to have a bit of a farm lane down bot. That seems pretty reasonable. As soon as Jarvan or Any Day can get down there to mix things up, I think it'll get exciting. But before then, expecting not too much action. Up top, probably going to be just lights out fighting from level 1. That's going to be an exciting one to watch. Mid lane, we'll just have to see. That can sometimes be the farm lane until level 6. It is difficult to play into a Vex, but then if anyone can do it, it'd be a Nivea. So Any Day on the Wukong, he's starting up on his blue. Jarvan's starting chickens, working his way up to his red. And it looks like both junglers very likely will be pathing to the bot side. And so I think it's going to come down to who gets the push there. Now with both of them on this side, a level 1 throwdown up top just might catch their attention. We'll have to see. Already quite a bit of trading going on here. Pretty standard starts for everybody. You've got the Cull on Aphelios. He really does just want to farm here. And bot lane is shoving in pretty nicely. And there's more trades coming out in the mid. Okay, the handshake on Lulu. Pretty hefty damage there. So both junglers are pathing bot. As we can see here. Wu's now in a spot where he could gank, but both of his lanes are pushed up. But he's making a move into the river here. And up top, they're throwing down. Neither one has Ignite. Oh, this is tricky. The flash has to come out. Flash in response, and there's first blood. The early game Fiora. There's another flash, double flash from bot lane. And there's the second kill in rapid succession. So rough start here for our boys. They did blow everything down bot. Ashe is now ghosting. But otherwise she's still got flash. Just like Lulu's got Ignite, so when they come back to lane, they could be looking for some action. But heavy trading all around. Luckily, Jackal's got the TP. If he needs to reset, he'll be in good shape for that. And Zodiac keeping the pressure up top. Oh, that was a good wall and a good stun right there. So things not exactly falling our way at this point in the game. It looks like Zodiac's in another tuffle here. This is going to be tough to get out of. And he's going to go down. Jarvan wants to get one of these scuttles, so it looks like he's working on the top side. And Jackal gets there just in time for that cannon. Feels good. And we have a 1.5k gold lead right now. So not the best start for our boys, but they do have a really nice scaling point to their comp. Ashe, Vex, even Aatrox scale really well into the mid to late game. So all they really need to do here is stabilize. Meanwhile, the dragon's up. It's going to be Ocean. Definitely a Drake that both teams are going to want. So, pretty good chance we see a fight over that at some point in the near future. More heavy trading down bot. But as they get the push... I was going to say, they either get the reset or they're going to take the dragon. It looks like the Red Hawks want that dragon. So good job working on this objective here. They caught Jarvan backing. And they're not going to lose anything for it looks like. So that's exactly what they need to do to get back into this game. Meanwhile, Jackal making his way to the bot lane. Ults in. Oh, this is a good fight. Oh, and 007. Very well done there. So that gold lead just got completely shattered. We're looking at somewhere around a 700 or 800 at this point. And at 6.5 minutes, that's still a lead, but oh, both ulting here. Oh. Can she get that vital? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well done by Zodiac to survive that all in. Yeah, so less than a K here in the gold lead. And an Ocean Drake. So I'd say we're pretty even at this point. So the Red Hawks have got to be feeling pretty good about that. That being said, some of those summoner spells down bot have come back up. And with Jarvan sitting on that side, could be a potential dive. He's definitely looking for something. He has no more camps on his bottom side here. Looks like Jackal's run into him in the river and scared him away. Let's take a quick peek at items here. Looks like Jarvan back for that pickaxe. Wukong's got a machine. Well, they're just fighting all over the map here. Looks like they're just tickling each other down bot. But 007 opts with the Berserker Greaves, which I think is really smart on the Ashe. You don't want to get caught by any of these handshakes, and you definitely want to be agile. Oh, speaking of getting caught by a handshake. Nice sidestep, though. Oh, and this fight is... it could go either way. Looks like Aphelios is going to have to ghost away, though. Well done by the boys. And now any day, he's taking it right to the Jarvan. Well, Jarvan going to have to flag and drag over the wall. Looks like Zodiac is right there waiting for him. Is he out of range? Oh. Unfortunate, but it does give a chance for Jackal to shove mid. And it does look like Any Day is working on that Rift Herald right now. So their objective control has been very good. Still sitting around a 1k gold deficit here for the Hawks. But an Ocean Drake and a Rift Herald in your pocket, I'd take that trade. At 9 minutes in. So now we'll have to see where they want to drop that. In my personal opinion, mid lane is probably the place that it gets dropped the most, because if you can break open that tier 1 mid, you can really open up the map, allow for some deep jungle wards and things of that nature, map rotations. So if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably where he's going to drop it. Then again, Anivia very good at shoving waves, especially at this point in the game. So they're going to have to draw her away if they want to drop that at all. Looks like Any Day covering for bot lane here, taking a little bit of punishment for it, but holds him off the plate. Very well done. Life of a jungler. Gotta do what has to be done. Looks like we got another big fight going down in the bot lane. Oh, that Renata ult was clutch. But we've got the TP. Jackal's there. Unfortunately, so is Jarvan. Oh, and it's going to end in tragedy. So a lot of summoner spells and ults blown there in the bot lane on both sides. Unfortunately, that is going to put our boys behind quite a bit. Now we're looking at somewhere around a 3k gold lead, or I should say deficit. And unfortunately here in the top lane, I don't think it gets much easier. Fiora being one of the best duelists in the game, very easy for her to deal with an Aatrox that's slightly behind. So Zodiac's going to have to play this really smart. There's the Worldender. Well, it's close. Can he pull it off? Oh! Oh. Unbelievably close. And now Jarvan has bitten off more than he can chew. So a kill goes back to the boys here. And we're going to be getting this second Drake. You throw a Mountain Drake with this Ocean Drake, mix it together, you've got a nice little bunch of stats. Some shielding. Gotta be happy about that. Let's take a quick peek at these lanes. Does look like top lane is falling a bit behind here. Got about a 40 CS deficit. The 3 kills, of course. In the mid lane, pretty much dead even. Couldn't be any closer than that. Down in the bot lane, also very even. Down a little bit of CS. About a wave. And in the jungle, Iniday's got a slight farm lead. Oh, here comes the Jarvan ult. Unfortunately, nowhere for Jackal to go. And they're fighting up top again. Fiora not ready to dive the turret just yet, so... Looks like the junglers are saying hello in the topside river. And here comes another wave. Anyday doing a good job of picking up this farm, though. Not scared to stand here and throw down to make this money. His TP's not back up. Here comes Anyday. He doesn't quite have the ult, but he will have it in a few seconds if we can hold on that long. Very good knock up there. There's the flash. She does have the heal. Unfortunate that his ult wasn't ready earlier. Just such unfortunate timing. That will give Fiora the blue buff, which is really annoying. Because she already has super low cooldowns. Meanwhile, bot lane looks like they're fending it off pretty nicely, this push. There's the Renata ult. Well, that was an excellent ult by Aphelios as well. One auto away, but here comes Jackal. Oh, he hit it. Oh, that's unfortunate. And this is a bit more than they can chew here. So now the gold is snowballing out of control a little bit. There's the Fiora tower dive that we knew was going to happen eventually. Anyday trying to track her down here, but that's going to be difficult. Fiora a very slippery champion. And let's take a quick peek at some of the buys here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So already with a Bramble Vest up top. Zodiac looking to reduce some of that healing. Divine Sunder already purchased on any day, who is now ulting. Oh wow, there's too much going on at once. Camera's bouncing around. Looks like things didn't go so well in the bot lane, but they do have a Nivea there in the mid, so taking one back. And the shutdown goes on to Jackal, so right where they want that money to go. This Fiora having all kinds of pressure up top. With her Sunder and Tiamat complete. Good wave clear and very difficult to duel. That being said, looks like we have some item completions coming through here pretty soon. On the bottom half of the map. Not quite there yet. On the other side, Anivia's got the Rod of Ages. We got a Storm Razor for Aphelios, and we have Shurelya's for Renata. So they're definitely going to be looking to fight with these power spikes. The Gore Drinker, obviously, on the Jarvan as well. But with top tier 1 and bot tier 1 down, it does look like it's going to be tough for them to, for the Hawks to contest this Rift Herald. With those waves pushing in. Jules up here fighting for vision. We'll see if she can clear this out. Not too dicey with just the Renata here, but as soon as Jarvan shows up, you gotta be very careful as a Lulu. There's the Shurelya's. Very nice. Good peel there. Didn't quite get all the vision up there, but definitely enough to see that they weren't doing it. So Dragon is going to be popping soon. There's the timers. And it looks like the Hawks want to contest. Jackal waiting in the brush. Bot lane and any day coming up from the bot side. Zodiac wants to go in. He gets walled off, but there's the Ashe ult. Big Wukong ult. Jarvan jumps in. Aphelios takes one down. Vex takes one down. Well, Aphelios has all the chakrams. This is dicey. Okay, Renata goes down and so does Alulu. Can Wukong get out of there? Oh. Unfortunate, and Fiora's going to be knocking on the door of the base here. So, good fight for the boys. Didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. They are going to lose this dragon, but that's only the first dragon. I don't think the stacking is going to be the problem here. I think it's the gold lead.
Red team has slain the dragon.
An Infernal Dragon feels pretty good for the opponent here. They're definitely going to be happy about that. Meanwhile, we have completed items now, which I don't think was the case before that fight, and that's probably why it went the way it did. The item advantage, really tough. Getting beat over the head by the wallet. It never feels good, but at this point, items pretty close together. I think our boys could be looking for a pretty good fight. Rift Herald is definitely next on the agenda here. The Hawks really don't have vision to contest. We'll have to see how much they want to do it. Any day's in the area, and it hasn't been started up. But you literally have all 5 members very close to it. And there they go, getting started. Like I said, doesn't look like the Hawks can contest, but taking a tier 1 bot's going to feel really nice. And that's an objective bounty.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So, trading where you can, that's the name of the game. Oh, they're coming in behind Jackal. He's got the flash over the wall. Lulu's got the speed. There's Renata ult. There's the Lulu ult. Oh, all the ults coming out. Here comes Jarvan. Can they trade it back? Yes, they can. I think they want to keep going. Unfortunately, Fiora in the base doing work.
Dominating.
But good fight. Good fight for the Hawks.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Fortunately, this Fiora is in a pretty ridiculous spot. Oh, we'll take those, though. That was a huge 700 gold shutdown there on the Fiora. So after all that's said and done, looks like we got about a 9k gold lead for the opponent here. They should definitely be feeling pretty good. And after their buys, looks like we have 2.5 items now on the Aphelios, who's 9-1. He's hit a very strong point at this point in the game. Ash still trying to complete that second item. As you can see, the Fiora in a really good spot with 2.5 items completed. So with Baron on the map, you got to think the Hawks have got good vision of it. They're not concerned about it being taken right away. But that should be the next spot for a big fight. The next Drake is going to be Infernal, under 2 minutes from now. And that's definitely something that's going to be important. If the Hawks can stack this Drake, if they can get to Soul Point here, that could be a really good win condition for them. Meanwhile, Fiora pushing on the bot side. Threatening the tower dive. Jewel in a rough spot. But with her ult, I think she's going to be in good shape. 007 wants his fight. Any day's in. Aphelios goes down. Another shutdown. A good Renata ult, though. And unfortunately, Fiora is all over Jackal. Can they take out Jarvan here? He's pretty tanky. Oh, and Any Day does get it. Unfortunately, Jewel's going to go down as well.
Red team double kill.
All in all, I'd say they did what they had to do. That was a fight that had to happen. And considering where the gold's at and the item purchases are at, couldn't expect it to go too differently. In fact, I think it went pretty well for where it was at. Oh, that was a good catch there. Zodiac trying to make a play. Oh, if he had not gone down, he did have the kill on Renata there.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
But at this point, you do what you can. You gotta stay in this. You gotta protect your inhibitor. Which is exactly what he did. So 23 minutes into the game here. A little over 10k is the gold deficit for the Hawks. They definitely have a hill to climb. And there's the second Infernal going over. So, dragon stacking might be out of the question at this point. But there's always the Baron. When in doubt, throw it Baron. Or in the case of the Hawks, hope that they throw it Baron. Rift Herald waltzing in. Not going to get a charge off here. So that always feels good. Take a quick peek at some of these other item completions here. Yeah, it looks like you've got 2 completed items on most champs at this point. The opponents have all 2 completed items. Even 3 on the Fiora with that Hull Breaker. That's going to be very scary trying to take her on. But at this point, it's all about just keeping your inhibitors up.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Does look like mid and inhibitor's going to go down here. Can they fight the Fiora? I can tell you from experience, fighting that Fiora is not going to be fun. But Aphelios goes down. Wow, this is looking pretty rough. Their Renata ult came out, but didn't seem to do much, and I do think that they have weathered the storm for now. Well, I spoke too soon. We got some pretty long death timers here. 36 more seconds on Ashe. 25 more seconds on Lulu. Can any day hold off this push? Here comes Zodiac. Both towers are now down. It is a 2v5. But now that Jackal's up, looks like they're going to back off and look for the Baron. It's probably the smart play here. And with all towers down and 3 inhibitors down, a Baron push is going to be very substantial. Although it looks like they are not going to start it. So good news for the Hawks. Although I imagine they are headed there right now. Looked like a reset came through. You've got supers in the base. You got supers in all 3 lanes. At this point, it's smart to just set up vision, try to control the area, try to force the Hawks to walk in. And they are going to start this up. Anyday's in the area. He would love to make a miraculous steal. He's in pretty early, though. They had no vision. He had no way of knowing what Baron health was at that point, so a little early there, but a Hail Mary play that you have to make. Meanwhile, this Fiora is just a nightmare. And with all these supers coming in, let's see if they can do this. Jarvan just showed up. The rest of the team showed up. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for game 1. So it was close for a long time. Things got a little bit out of control. Top lane just kind of steamrolled right into the base. So that's going to be the end of game 1. Here's some statistics if you guys want to take a quick peek at these. Some damage numbers, some gold numbers. Definitely a huge game on the Fiora. Level 18. Just head and shoulders XP-wise above everybody else in the game. So, snowbally champ, for sure. So we'll be moving into the second game here shortly. There's going to be a quick pause. There's going to be a little bit of a break before that time. And then we'll hop into Champ Select exactly the same way. So until then, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back for game 2. We're in the pick ban phase, and once again, Ezreal taken off the board. There's the Fiora ban. Not surprised to see it after how things went in game 1. Doesn't look like the ban strategy has changed on the other side, with the Hecarim and the Veigar being taken away. Let's see if they decide to go with any of the other champs, or if they thought it was really just the Fiora that was the problem. Okay, and they don't like the Anivia. So get her out of here. No more bird. I like this call. Usually when you lose to something, just get it out of there. Make them show you that they have it on another champ. There's the Illuid ban again. And it looks like we're going to get the first pick Vex. So that is something that worked for them in the last game. Not surprised about the first pick here. It could be a takeaway. And there's the Jarvan. And in all honesty, excellent Jarvan game. And the last one, something that could very well have been banned away. I think last time it was the Syndra ban instead of Anivia, so here comes the Syndra. I'm sure they expected that, and you know, both champs very strong right now. Looks like we've got a Warwick coming in. I think that's likely going to go top. I do think I've seen Zodiac play that top before. Not a bad jungler either, but in my opinion, it's a blind pick for top. And another enchanter for Jewel, so we've got the Raka coming through. A lot of healing. You gotta like that. That does kind of negate some of the burst that's coming through on the other side. And are we going to see a blitz in response? Wow. Okay. Very volatile bot lane matchup coming up. As someone who's played a lot of support, I can say that both sides have a lot of good chances. I don't think blitz is necessarily a counter pick to Raka, but you don't want to get grabbed. So now with Sivir coming off the board, there's the Vayne. Something that 007 plays, and plays really well, so they didn't want to get into that. Could have picked it in the first round. And it looks like they didn't like that Ashe. So the AD carry champion pool getting narrowed quite a bit here. Not 100% sure what the meta looks like in the collegiate circuit right now, but a couple 80 carries kind of stand out. And Kai'Sa was top of that list, so with her banned, there's the Xayah, another really strong pick. As we just saw in the last game, Aphelios very strong as well. We'll have to see if 007 is interested. At this point, the Hawks have to show their hand. So if I had to guess, I would say jungle is still probably open. Graves might come out here. Never mind. I stand corrected. That's going to be a Warwick jungle. And we've got the Ornn up top. Interesting. And as far as 80 carries that are left, I mean, got to go with the Jinx. Scales really well. Buff not too long ago on that ultimate cooldown. Very scary champion. Just have to get to that mid game. And on the other side, it looks like we still got the top lane champ. And here we go. Now we're going to see the Aatrox into the Ornn. Another really interesting matchup. And Aatrox, a very snowbally champ, as you saw in the last game. If you don't get ahead early, it feels like you can't do anything. So let's hope the Hawks have a good idea about how to shut down this Aatrox. Warwick, very good early game jungler. A lot of pressure, can put all over the map. Something that Any Day is known for is just being everywhere all the time. So very excited to see this one. Another volatile matchup mid lane. Syndra into Vex. Could go either way, absolutely. A little bit less zone control out of Syndra and a lot more burst. Jinx into Xayah, pretty classic matchup, and I do think that Jinx is going to be favored later, but Xayah definitely has a strong early game, and with the Blitzcrank, let's be honest, this could be a really tough lane for a Jinx Soraka, but I got faith in our boys, and we've got the spectator delay coming up, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes for all the action. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Red Hawk fans. It is game 2 in the first round of the playoffs. Our boys are down 0-1 and looking to make a comeback here. Looks like we're still going to be rocking double teleports in the top and double teleports in the mid. We've got Ghost on both AD carries. This time heal on Soraka, so not an exact mirror. And with the Blitzcrank, you're kind of expecting a level 1 here. Although doesn't look like they're a little bit reluctant here. So the blind hook, just to see if he could catch somebody sleeping over here. But yeah, normally I would expect some level 1 shenanigans, and who knows? They could still be coming. I will say that the Hawks were able to get a really good ward right here.
Minions have spawned.
There's another blind hook. So, very smart not to be hanging out in that particular bush. But this is looking a little different than the last time. This invade still could happen here. Nope, just looks like Blitz is going to check every single bush just to make sure that no one's hanging out. Warwick here starting on his red, and Jarvan starting on his blue. Unlike last game, looks like junglers are going to be pathing to the top side. Which is interesting to me. I think that if I was Jarvan here, instead of pathing directly top, I think I might just do a clear and look for a gank bot, because they're already looking like they might want to push up. And having the Blitz crank with a flash ignite is very good gank assist. On the other side here, Ornn up top is really wanting to scale up. And he's pretty good at neutralizing these leads. Aatrox hurts, but Ornn can hurt just as much. So really nice trading there to start off the lane. So it does look like Jarvan is going to be pathing up into his top side. He's on the chickens now. And that does seem to be warded out. So the Hawks are either aware of that or they've got the timing. Let's see if they've dropped a ward there. Looks like they had a ward that timed out, but they saw it. So they know where Jarvan's at. Which is really handy if you're on the bot side of the map. Meanwhile, if this game is anything like the last one, we're going to have a very volatile top lane. And Zodiac living on the edge, as he often does. I take this back. It looks like Any Day is going to be playing the Ornn up top. I didn't notice that until just now. Okay, so Zodiac on the Warwick jungle, and Any Day on the Ornn top. Not sure how that came about. Haven't seen him switch before, but we've got a really interesting fight going on here in the bot. 007 tags the Blitz, and there's his flash. Jarvan did gank Ornn up top, but Any Day held his flash. He's teleporting back in. And it looks like Jarvan is sneaking towards the mid lane here. Or he's just going to do a quick drive-by on his way down bot. But he is going to get spotted out on that ward. And here we go. The 2v1 top. Just a matter of time here, I imagine. There it is. First blood to the boys. Gotta love it. Jewel nails the Q there onto Jarvan, so that gank is denied. And the Hawks are off to a really nice start. Good 700 gold lead here. It's got to feel nice. Playing against Blitz can be pretty annoying. But bot lane seems to be doing pretty well. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, there's the knock-up, there's the grab. He has the ignite, but he's going to go down. Beautiful play by the bot lane. 007 and Jewel on fire. And it looks like Any Day is going to be able to pick up all this farm, so. Things definitely looking better this game. Very excited about how this is starting out. Pretty even across the board here, CS-wise. The 1,000 gold lead here comes directly from these first kills. The first blood, and then the second. And now we've got level 6 on the mid laners. And it looks like Jackal is looking for a ward. Or he's just hiding. Sometimes the most pressure you can get is just from being out of sight. Meanwhile, top, still a volatile matchup here. But Ornn has now hit 6 and is probably feeling pretty good. It does look like Zodiac wants this. And there it is. There's the Ornn horn. The knockup. Unfortunately here, Warwick does not have 6 to lock him down, but boys, he got everything he needs to kill him. So, really smart move here by the Hawks. Really camping that top lane. And looks like both of these kills have gone over to Zodiac as the Warwick. And as soon as he hits 6, he might just show up again. I feel like that gank would have been so much easier if he had already had 6. Jackal doing a really good job of chipping away in the mid lane here. And sorry, Blitzcrank, that bush is warded. Jewel on point with those Qs. Blitz hook goes wide. And let's take a quick peek here. Ornn goes for the plated steel cap rush. So very effective against the Aatrox. Definitely just trying to nullify whatever early game power that Aatrox trying to bring. And I do imagine he'll probably be rushing some heal cut before long. Maybe a Bramble Vest or something like that. Meanwhile, Jarvan's sitting on the Iron Spike whip. And Warwick with his 2 kills is speeding towards his first item. There's a flash hook. And this looks really bad. Okay, good play down on the bot side. And Jinx is down. 007 smartly held his summoners. He knew that that was it was his time. Jewel says, no, I'm going to flash here because I can live. Meanwhile, Zodiac in a little bit of trouble here. That's going to go over to the Jarvan. And unfortunately, it looks like any day... Oh! Massive outplay. You love to see it. Really well done up in the top lane. And it does look like Jarvan is going to be starting on the Drake here. And this is a Hextech Drake. Jinx ult comes in. A little early. A little early, so they're going to let that one go over, but the gold lead is almost... I mean, it's very insignificant at this point. Oh, great chompers. Jewel with the Q. And Zodiac is just chomping them down. Very nice, and one goes on to the Jinx as well. So huge gold swing there. We're looking at 1.5k. And Zodiac's going to go a little counter jungling too. You gotta like that. Meanwhile, not a lot going on mid. Looks like they're trading back and forth. We're going to get a little plate money here in the bot lane. And Jinx has got a blue buff. So you can't hate that. Blitz does get past that, and he's going to get the... Oh, what a good flash. What a good flash to dodge a hook. And good on Jackal there to get that stun off just before Syndra is able to full combo. So, very smart trades from the Hawks here. They do have a really nice 1.5k goal lead. And this is where they want to be, heading into this 11-minute mark. So just a couple minutes left here for laning phase. Any day, really feeling himself on the Ornn. Just bushwhacked him. Blitzhook goes wide. Any day, back at it again. Says, I've got an ultimate for you. And one hit away from clapping him. Zodiac's down bot. Does Blitz have hook? He does. Okay, that's scary, but... Okay, wow. It was a good try there. He even ulted away, but that tower shot followed him. So unfortunate. And against Blitzcrank, that's always got to be the fear. 007. Not able to dodge it, but boy, is he trading back really well. He's got the W. Runs him down with the ultimate. Now Xayah's in trouble. She's going to have to ulti here. Oh. And she ends up getting the double kill. So unfortunate turn of events in the bot lane. But the boys are scrapping. Xayah in all chat, giving them the XD. Very excited that she was able to get something there. But you gotta like what you're seeing here. Jinx and Xayah neck and neck right now. And in mid lane, they're just punching back and forth. Blitz is making his way over though. But he's gonna be on a ward. Jackal spots him out. And he's going to walk away. Meanwhile on the top side, looks like Aatrox is in a funny spot. He can definitely hop the wall here if he needs to. And he's going to. And that's going to give the Hawks a chance to start up this Rift Herald. I don't think they're going to stick with it, though. Instead, Any Day is just going to be looking for some blood. Let's take a look at what he's rocking here. Okay, he didn't go for the Bramble Best. Oh. Oh no! Well, he eats tower shots like it's nothing, so wow, what a... You know what? I love it. And if he didn't have that, Zodiac came flying in with his ultimate. Good sidestep by Jewel there. So trading continues here in the bot lane. Looks like item-wise, they are dead even. You have a long sword extra for the Xayah here. Oh, hook over the wall. They're forced to fight. And that's unfortunate. Not sure if he had complete vision of that. There's the flash hook. Jinx in some trouble. Jackal's here. What can he do? He's going to have to retreat to the tower. But the Hawks are taking it to Aatrox in this game. Yeah, not this time. Not this time. So you got to think that Fiora ban has really done wonders. Jackal coming in. He's getting pushed away. And that is Mountain Drake going over to the red side. So they do have 2 Drakes. But the Hawks are up by somewhere around 1.5k. So I think you gotta be feeling pretty good about this right now. Soraka looking for some vision down here. She's got to watch out for this blitz hook. And Syndra missed, but that is going to be a dead Soraka, unfortunate. There is some pretty good vision over in the jungle there, so Jinx does have a pretty good idea if Jarvan starts walking that way. And that's the thing about warding. It is a scary jungle out there. And it looks like the dive is going to come in through here. 007 with trying to outplay it, almost did. Xayah had to burn flash and ult not to die there. Zodiac in. He's going to take the Xayah down. Likely going to take the Blitz down. Blitz got a little bit of speed. But Warwick with flash, and you're not getting away from that. So well done by the Hawks. Definitely trading blow for blow, getting the better of their opponents so far in this game. There's the Jarvan ult on Jackal. He's going to go down, but still a 1k gold lead. And with that top tier 1 down, any day is shoving. Looks like Jarvan and Syndra are starting to make their way up here. And there's the Unstoppable, and he walks away. So, smart split push here. Very smart use of the pressure up top. Meanwhile, 007 trying to get back in time to save his tower, and it looks like he will. Jules going to clear a ward. And Jarvan continues to sit up on that top side. But with Aatrox backing, Jackal going in. Little too tanky. But you got to be happy with how that turned out. Looks like any day is going to finally reset. Let's see what he purchases here. Okay. Radiant Virtue, and here is an ult by Zodiac. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his flash now. But Syndra has to burn hers. So well done. Great trade ult for flash there. And it does look like we're going to get a couple resets here on the bot side. I don't think Jewel thinks this is a good time to reset, but Jackal's going to have to get back over to that mid lane. Laning phase technically over, but neither team willing to rotate their bot lane mid. Jewel with the fancy feet. Unfortunately, she's getting knocked up, but we got the double teleport coming in. Blitz is already down. Jarvan's here, but it's not enough. So great job by the Hawks there. The double teleport gets them every time. Just really well done. Had the ward in place. Definitely set that play up from the very beginning. And it looks like they're going to be able to take this tower. Meanwhile, mid tier 1 did go down at some point. Oh, Jackal going in on the Jarvan. He has the flag and drag. Even so, they're putting the pressure on him. And it looks like Dragon's going to be coming up here in about 20 seconds. We've got an Infernal here that the Hawks would love to snag. Zodiac is on the top side of the map. But they do have a little bit of vision here, so they might just be giving this one over. I don't know if they can actually contest. What am I saying? Of course they're going to contest. They're swooping in. Unfortunately, Jinx ult was not enough. And the red team committed 4 to it. Looks like another fight could break out here. Oh, 007 just can't wait to start this fight, but Blitz flashes away. Let's take a peek here. Not quite completed a second item, but He's jinxing. He's in a pretty strong spot. And they're running towards this Baron. And they've got vision of Jarvan on the bot side. So it looks like they're just going to start this up. Wow. Really interesting and smart play here. Let's see if they can pull this off. Blitzcrank coming around the side. Let's toggle the vision here. Looks like they can't see it, but they definitely know what's happening. They must be giving, because Jarvan is just on his chickens at this point. And there's the Baron. Well done. Jarvan wants to come over the wall, but Blitz is already dead. Aatrox's about to fall as well. Can they get the Jarvan? Very nice. And that's going to be a 2 for 3 with the Baron. So gold's still pretty even, about 1k. 1k advantage for the boys here. Let's take a look at some of these item purchases. So we've got the Jack Show and the Bork for Zodiac's Warwick. And Ornn with the 5-0 up top. He now has Sunfire. And that Bramble Vest, he's feeling pretty nice. Infinity Edge comes in for 007's Jinx. And this is just a really strong point for the Hawks here. Now Xayah, the one member on the red side that is pretty fed. He's got 2.5 items there. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. But there's a pretty big difference between a Blitzcrank and a Soraka in a team fight. And I would take those heals over those hooks any day, so they've got to be feeling pretty good about this. Looks like Jackal's going to be pushing bot lane here. We've got something resembling a 4-1 here with the Baron. There's the hook. That is not the person you want to hook. And any day is in. Yeah, not a lot of damage they could do there. And Jackal is going to get some free time on this tower. Jarvan making his way over. Jackal's smelling it. He's taking off. Meanwhile, Aatrox has to flash. And he's going to get away. Good fear. Unfortunately, Blitz is going to make his way down there too. Here comes the TP. Ornn is in. Jackal trying to stay alive. Oh no, the entire red team shows up. And even the tanky Ornn might fall here. Raka trying to heal him through it. Here comes the Aatrox. Jinx trying to free fire. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite get those autos off. Not with the Blitzcrank hook looming. And a little bit of a gold swing there. So now we have a 1k gold lead in the favor of the red team. And they've got 3 people plus a Blitz hanging out pushing bot. Looks like this bot tier 2 is not long for this world. And a lot of that Baron buff getting wiped away. So unfortunate turn of events. I guess that's what happens when you expend the double TP. After that, the other team gets to turn around and try to do a similar thing. But it looks like Drake is going to be coming up in about 15 seconds. And it's another Infernal. So this is going to be a really big fight. This is Infernal Soul for the red team. And you know the Hawks don't want to give this up. Blitz with the hook over the wall. Jackal in a strange spot here. He goes golden. Jarvan wants to dunk, but it's too late. The Hawks are all over him. Aatrox coming in from the side. He's looking for the kill on Jinx. He doesn't have it. And the Hawks are going to mop the floor with him. Jackal going in with the ult. Jarvan dies anyway. What a great team fight. They're going to get the dragon. That's going to stop Soul for now. They're going to get the push on the mid lane. Tier 1 going to go down. These death timers are long enough. We might see Tier 2 go down as well. Let's see if they push for it. Jinx is excited, and all she wants to do is hit towers. So, nice gold swing there as well. If we look up here, we've got... Jeez, it's almost 3K. That must have been a 5K gold swing just in the last 1 minute. So one good team fight, and the boys are looking good all over again. Now they need to get their resets. We do have Baron spawning in under a minute. Meanwhile, Any Day does have his Thornmail complete. Doesn't look like Jackal was able to complete his second item. He's got most of the components for his Zonias here. Not quite the third item in either for 007. But the Warmogs on Soraka, very nice. Very tanky item. And at this point with the Moonstone, I believe that passive kicks in. And as you can see, Ornn at level 15 has already upgraded a few different items here. So that's an upgraded Infinity Edge. That's an upgraded Moonstone. And that's an upgraded Radiant Virtue. So it looks like the Hawks are hoping to set something up here in the Baron area. They're definitely trying to control vision, get the waves pushing out. Jarvan sees the Jinx by herself. Flash comes out, and he gets chunked. So, crucially, no flash on the Jinx now. 007's going to be very careful about how he positions in this coming fight. And it looks like they're resetting. Let's see if he was able to... He's got rapid fire cannon now. And I think that's what he really needed before they felt they could take this Baron fight. Looks like we're going to see some resets on the red side as well. And a little bit of a battle over Baron Vision, but both sides feel like they've got it covered significantly. They're not feeling like the other team is ready to start it just yet. That being said, crucially, going into this fight, almost all of these summoner spells are back up. Syndra, not quite there with the flash. Jinx, not quite there with the flash. So if they do rumble up there, those are going to be some targets. Syndra does have the stopwatch. And Jackal did complete his Zonias. So both teams thinking this is a good time to fight. Looks like red team controls the River Vision for now. Looks like just one pink in the inventory of the Hawks right now. Here comes the Ornn Horn. Any Day sees it. Jinx Rocket comes in. Here's the teleport. Xayah getting some good damage off here. Such a close fight. Aatrox dives in, trying to get onto the Jinx. He finds her. And this is not looking good. Jackal and Zodiac running for their lives here. Desperately trying to trade one back, but it does look like it's going to be a 4-for-0. I imagine Baron is within their sights, but... Okay, they're making their way over there now. With 30 seconds on Zodiac, probably no chance in stopping this from happening. They don't have the healthiest health bars. But without vision, I don't see how they can contest it. So Baron's going to go over. Gold is within 2K. So still a very close game. Both teams with their resets. See if they got any other new power spikes. We now have 4 items on the Xayah as she picks up that Phantom Dancer. And luckily we do have some decent heal cut for the Redhawks here. We've got 2 Thorn Mails and we have the Oblivion Orb. And here we go, they're fighting again. Can Jinx get these autos off? That's the name of the game here. Jarvan's gonna go down. Blitz is gonna go down. Xayah's gonna go down. Here comes Aatrox. Jinx is gonna need some help. Jackal's coming in. Does he have the fear? And there it was. That's the team fight that the Hawks were looking for. A 4-for-0 on their side. And they're pinging to push up mid. Looks like they're going to be getting this Infernal Drake. And they're going to be breaking the base. I can only imagine. "12 seconds on the Jarvan. 10 seconds on the Blitz. And that inhibitor's going down. So this has been back and forth, blow for blow. Very close match here in game 2. Very happy to see this one go in the distance. We're already at 32 minutes. And it's anyone's game at this point. So Baron buff off of 4, only left on Syndra at this point. So it looks like they weren't able to get much done with that. The Baron power play being probably negative. That being said, they still can push with it. They do have a couple minutes remaining, I believe. But they are rotating to the top side. They saw the Ornn, they thought he was by himself, and now they've found Zodiac. And he is awful lonely in the jungle. Aatrox does use ult. Blitzcrank does use ult. So not likely they're going to get very much off of that. The blue buff steal might be the extent of it. Meanwhile, the name of the game now is just stop this Baron push. Syndra getting caught out. There's the flash. Aatrox the next target. 007, he's got the damage. He takes him down. He gets excited. The Syndra does fall. Jarvan trying to get away with the flash, but he's not going to make it. They're going to push up mid. There's no inhibitor. They have 1 super minion. Can they use that to tank towers? At this point, I don't think they can end. But there is a very juicy tower in the bot lane that is just ready to go down. So another great fight. Another 1.5k gold lead here for the Hawks. That just went up. They would absolutely love to break this tower as well. Ornn gets hooked. This is looking dicey. Xayah's got the damage. But Jackal says no. He's on a rampage. Zodiac jumps in. Blitz goes down. Fighting the Aatrox with his ult under his own tower might be a bit much to bite off there. And so the Hawks are going to back off. Meanwhile, 2 minutes until this 3rd Infernal Drake spawns. And you gotta believe both teams are really wanting this Drake. Obviously, still soul point for the red team. But triple Infernal, that's gonna feel really nice. Baron coming back up a little bit sooner as well. So that's gonna be on the table. At this point, we have the inhibitor mid lane still on its way back up for the red side. But we do have the supers pushing up. And it looks like they're going to be pushing up as Baron spawns. So at this point, I'm thinking the Hawks are going to get some vision of that area. They definitely need to clear these pinks out. it looks like everybody just about is going to be making their way up to the Baron pit here. All mid for the red squad. The Hawks are spread out. Jackal does have teleport in case a fight breaks out. Baron spawning in 12. Infernal Drake spawning in about 40. So at this point, could be a trade. I do think the red team might be okay with that trade. Infernal Soul is a very strong buff. Jackal goes in. There's the stopwatch from Syndra. But she's going to go down. Meanwhile, Zodiac is in. Any day's in. Jackal's in. And that is the clean wipe. Only Aatrox left to watch them break into his base. Not much he can do here. The inhibitor does spawn right in front of their face. But Ornn's pretty tanky, and I think they're going to go for an end. Aatrox is definitely going to try to contest this, but here comes the wave. World Ender up. Yeah. That didn't last very long, so... Exciting game 2. Looks like the Hawks took this one back and forth, 37-minute battle. And so we're going on to game 3, which I believe this is a best-of-3 series, so somebody queue up the Silver Scrapes. Let's take a look at these after-game stats here. So huge game for the carries here. 007, Jackal, any day. Killing it. Zodiac going crazy on this Warwick with 11 kills. And Jewel doing a great job with those 26 assists. So an amazing game 2. Really looking forward to this game 3, which we'll be bringing to you shortly. I'm going to leave up this stat screen, and we're going to take a quick break. So stay tuned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we've got the silver scrapes going. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit here. And we are in the pick ban phase. Looks like we've swapped sides here. So the Red Hawks are going to be on the red side, sticking with the Ezreal ban, bringing back the Anivia ban. And it looks like the red team has had enough of Jackal's Vex. So get it out of here. Gonna have to beat them with something else. They don't want to see any days Hecarim, and they didn't like any days Ornn. So that's what they identified as the first round ban problems. Redhawks didn't like the Syndra. Didn't think it was all that effective, but targeting the mid lane has been useful. This could be setting up a particular pick for Jackal here. And there's the first pick, Jarvan. So every single game, Jarvan coming out. And what are the Red Hawks going to do in response here? Okay, the Warwick was very effective last game. Will we see Zodiac on it again? I doubt they'll give it up here. That's very likely a flex pick. And there's the Soraka. So, Jewel having an awesome Soraka game. Says let's do that one more time. And once again, the combination of these two and all the healing, very difficult to deal with. And with the Syndra and the Anivia and even the Vex off the board, looks like Ahri's going to come out here. Oh, they got me. Last second switch to Lissandra. Nice blind pick, honestly. And the Kai'Sa. So they didn't want to get it banned out in the second round there. So very likely Lissandra's going to be mid. Jarvan very likely in the jungle once again. And now with the Kai'Sa bot lane, you got to be thinking Nautilus into the Soraka. Ah. But you really shouldn't leave up the Veigar for Jackal. Not a smart idea. So they're going to grab that one right away. Veigar into Lissandra, very interesting matchup. We've seen that before earlier this season. And there's the Nautilus ban. Back to the Illaoi. Okay, they do believe that this Warwick's going to be in the jungle. Which I honestly still think it could be flexed. And the Renata. And to be fair, was a very effective Renata. So last ban here. No reason to target the Jinx. Maybe Aatrox, unless they feel like they can get it in the second round. Okay, I said no reason to target the Jinx, but what do I know? They targeted the Jinx. It was a very strong pick for 007, but they did leave his Vayne up. And I would not be surprised if they just grabbed that right here. Or the Xayah takeaway. 007 proficient on every AD carry. So Xayah into Kai'Sa. Very interesting match. The Blitz comes back. I do like Xayah into Blitz, so can't say I'm too surprised that they'd take that. It's still Blitz into Soraka, something that they probably still think is good. Okay, I was kind of excited about that Poppy coming out, but it does look like now they're anticipating a tank top. Oh, there's the Jax. So, split pushing top. This time, the red team comp looking a little bit more team fight oriented. Blitz always lends himself to picks. Jarvan, Lissandra, Kai'Sa, very good pick comp. But their team fight's still pretty decent, especially if Jax decides to show up from time to time. The Garen. Didn't see that one coming. Can honestly say have not seen them play this all year. So very excited to see. And I'm assuming that that's going to be any day on the Garen up top. Just because I think Zodiac will still be on the Warwick for this game. Not 100% sure. Haven't seen him switch like that before. Very cool to see the flexibility. And Garen into Jax. Very interesting matchup there. Probably hard to say. Hard to say early on. I think it could go either way. Definitely a skill matchup. As the game goes on, they both become very powerful in their own way as split pushers. And very slippery as well. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch. Veigar, Lissandra, always entertaining. And the bot lane, very similar to last game. So we're going to do our spectator delay once again. So we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Stay tuned for Game 3. Okay, one more time. Let's listen to Silver Scrapes. Just kidding, you've had enough of that. But it is Game 3. So round 1 of the playoffs, everything is on the line here. Both teams picking very solid comps. Some good split push, some good team fight. Definitely a lot of pick potential on both sides. You gotta love Lissandra and Veigar for that. Let's see if we're going to get this level 1 shenanigans, because last time we saw the Blitzcrank, he tried to hook some bushes. Really not very effective in that level 1. And once again, they're just really not willing to pull the trigger on heading into the jungle and trying to grab that early kill. That being said, we'll have to see where Zodiac decides to start here. He does have a bunch of options. It does look like blue at this point. And Jarvan very likely to start down here on his red. And in this case, they'll both be pathing up the top side. Which ought to be interesting. The Garen Jax matchup. Definitely a lot of skill expression there. A lot of potential for kills on both sides. Garen with the phase rush and the ignite. Very strong duelist early. And any day comes out swinging. By the way, love that Garen skin. Not a bad Jax skin either. And they're throwing down. They're wasting no time up top. Both junglers opting for the full clear here on the bot side. Now as Jarvan, you can always take a path towards mid lane at this point from chickens. And it looks like Jackal moving around. I thought he was trying to get a ward down here, but he was just playing peekaboo in the bush. I guess just trying to make sure Jarvan didn't show up. Blitzhook goes wide. I guess you miss every one that you don't throw, and then you miss some of them that you do throw, but Garen very low here, probably going to have to take it back. Then again, it's Garen. He might be able to sit back and just heal. And it looks like he's going to try to do just that. The power of the early Jax, though. And Jackal's got the wave pushed up in mid. Jarvan's about to finish that Krug's camp. And he's going to head probably straight over to that scuttle. And he might just run into Zodiac over there, who does appear to be a little bit behind him timing-wise. So I do think that top scuttle is going to go over to the Jarvan. And I think Zodiac might be looking to attack that Jax in the top lane. Either that or he takes it back after this full clear. Maybe he takes it back and runs straight. Nope. Any day says, we're doing this. And Zodiac comes out. He's got the red buff. He's going to put the slow on him. But Jarvan goes mid, and we've got ganks in both lanes. Jackal flashes out. A little bit of fighting going on down bot. Jax did get away off screen and didn't have to blow his flash, but he is low. So good trades all around. As you can see down here in the bot, huge health advantage for the Hawks. 007 gets hooked in. Ooh. Sometimes you got to be careful with those hooks as Blitz. You bring them in and your AD carry is now out of position. So that was looking a little dicey. But the wave is sitting right in front of Garen's tower here. Any day likes it like this. This is the perfect spot for this. Unfortunately, that counter strike is going to give Jax quite a bit of an advantage. Ooh. That ignite, though. Can he catch it with the flash? He does. And meanwhile, Blitz flash hook misses. So excellent turn of events for the Hawks here. Very happy to see it. Little tiny outplays. Maybe that was a huge outplay up top, but nice sidestep by Jewel there not to get caught by that flash hook. Very difficult thing to dodge. Jarvan down bot. Might be taking a peek at this dragon here. The Hawks do have vision, so he'd have to go over the wall. And it looks like he has got nothing to do. Let's take a quick peek at these CS numbers. Dead even in the mid lane. A little bit of an advantage down bot for the Kai'Sa. And a little bit of an advantage up top for the Jax as well. So when we look here at the 100 or 200 gold lead, that's probably where that's coming from. That being said, was first blood for the Garen. So any day, off and running. Got his Berserker Greaves. Which is always a really interesting first purchase for Garen. Jackal in a little bit of trouble, but the best cage I've seen all day. Stunned both of them and he walks away. Well done there. But yeah, the Berserker Greaves on Garen, very nice because his E scales with the attack speed. And his movement speed as well is a very important thing for running down champs like Jax who get a quick jump. Here comes Zodiac and Lissandra just jumps away. Unfortunate, but getting her to use that cooldown is nice. As you can see here, the spin does hit him through the counter-strike. So with the Berserker Greaves, still able to get pretty decent trades. He's going to bonk him and silence him. But it's just back and forth. Any day clears the wave. And he's likely going to get a reset here. Zodiac making his way up top, so maybe not. Looks like Zodiac's just going to go back to farming. Jackal making his way down to the bot lane. He did walk over a ward. So he's been spotted. He's got to go back up and catch that wave mid. Meanwhile, Jarvan hanging out. Does look like they would love to flash Blitz Hook here. Can he avoid the hook? He can. And the Jarvan is spotted. So now Any Day knows he can just go to town if he feels like it. And he does feel like it. He's going to get this wave pushed in. Just one shot on the minion here. And there you go. Just Garen things. Zodiac pathing through the mid. Just cruising by. Rift Herald's going to be popping up in just about 1 second. Let's get the little handy timers there on the screen. Zodiac going to grab the scuttle here in front of the dragon. But Jarvan is nearby. So don't want to jinx anybody, but so far the Blitz hooks have not quite been there. Really enjoying this Raka pick. The Raka into Blitzcrank. This time it was Blitz picked into Raka. Honestly can't remember if that's what it was for the last game. Oh. The mind games. And things up top. CS-wise, just under a wave difference. Mid lane, dead even. Bot lane, solid wave advantage for the Kai'Sa. Now, there has been a lot of attention by Jarvan down bot. So that's something to be aware of. Any Day going in again, he feels like he can all in him. Ooh, there's the flash, and Zodiac forces it out with his ult. Great play. The ignite here, and Jax backs off. Can Any Day get the ultimate? Oh, unfortunate. Very, very close. So the Rift Herald is going to probably be the prize for this. Zodiac, half a map away. Let's see if he wants to try to contest. Jackal with not a whole lot of health or mana in the mid lane. Getting shoved in. Jax getting a free plate. So the gold lead is starting to snowball a little bit on the blue team now. So it looks like Rift Herald is about to be secured. Jack's taken his recall. And now the dragon is up. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Hawks try to make a play for that dragon here shortly. It is a mountain drag. Very strong early one. So Lissandra here, greeting for the plate. And it looks like she's going to be able to get it. So 1.5k gold lead here-ish. But Any Day beating up on this tower. Just got himself a plate and an entire wave running into there. Meanwhile, Jackal happy to scale up here, forcing the jump from Lissandra. Let's take a quick peek at some item buys. We got Lost Chapter on both mid laners. You've got some nice components up top. Jungle-wise, looks like Zodiac has some gold to spend. But he did get him some ghetto grocery bags. So he's got about as much movement speed as anybody here. Raka with the Lucidity boots already. Looking to spam those W's. And Zodiac waits in the wings. Any day, giving it up. He's running through. Do we have an ult here? Yes, we do. And Jax gets dropped. Great play. Blitz coming out with the flash, the knock-up. Jarvan's in. He wants the Raka. Looks like they're going to... Oh! 007 with the outplay there. Gets one. Oh, no! Joe gets caught. There's the heal, but Jackal is there to save her. So good rotations here. Now Jackal in a little bit of trouble. The 2v2. I don't know if Jarvan quite has the damage with the Raka heals. I would think that Jackal's gonna kill him. So excellent job there. And here comes Zodiac. We got the cage coming down. And look at that. Zodiac, the nice guy. He hands over that kill to Jackal 2, who absolutely earned it. And the boys have now pretty much evened out the gold. They're going to start up this Mountain Drake. First Drake of the game. Very excited to see it. Both Any Day and Jackal off to a really strong start here. And Jarvan would really like to contest this. Let's see if they can burn it down. They've got 4 members while Lissandra beats up the mid turret. And they'll take it. Good trade there. Gold within 500. Jarvan making his way to the top. Sneaking over there. He's got all the vision in the world. Knows he can't be seen until he walks into the tri-brush. And Any Day sniffs it out, but the Rift Herald is going to be dropped. So is that tower going to go down? 007 feeling feisty down the bot. And not even close. They did get some plates right before the 14-minute mark. Any Day daring them to fight the 1v2. Meanwhile, both mid laners thinking about rotating. Lissandra just wanting to match, really. And a couple guys up top just spinning around like crazy. Didn't realize until just now that both of them are crazy spinning guys. And Garen with the ulti's got him. So Any Day putting the hurt on him up top. And Zodiac looking for the kill here. There's Lissandra ult. This is a bit unfortunate. Just because Jarvan shows up. Otherwise they had that one. And now Jarvan better stay back. Jackal's in a strong spot. And that's another kill going over the Veigar, who's almost certainly going to have a completed item when he backs now. Looks like he might be building the Ludens. But we'll have to see. At this point, no completed item in Jarvan just yet. Zodiac with the Bork. That's a good hook. And a good flash. But that's why you pick Raka. Negating the play there. Unfortunately, Lissandra's coming in, and that is scary. And Raka will go down. Yeah, Lissandra committed the teleport there. And pretty good play. Pretty good play for the blue team. We're keeping this very close. We've got about a 1k gold lead on our Hawks, who are feeling pretty strong on this top side of the map. Any day playing this matchup really well. But the Jax does scale pretty hard, so we're going to have to see how this transition into the mid game. Looks like he's got a slight level lead on him right now. Both sitting at one item. Rift Herald is on the map. Doesn't look like anybody's too interested in that. Meanwhile, Zodiac's sitting down bot, catching a wave. So, laning phase is now officially over. We do have tier 1 top down. Jarvan does smite that away, but at what cost? Jackal's coming over, and he's going to have to flash out. Good dodge by 007 from that blitz hook. Here comes the Jax, here comes the Lissandra. But Jackal just destroys this Jarvan, and here comes Zodiac with the suppression. He's all over the Jax. And Jax is forced to flash away. Zodiac going under the tower. That's how you throw your weight around. When you've got that money top side of the map, you push him away from the objective. So here's Zodiac, could start the Rift Herald. Jarvan's nowhere near. Once he gets this scuttle, he might just do it. Dragon also going to be on the map in about just over 10 seconds. The hook is good. And Jewel goes down, but can 007 hit him with the Featherstorm? There's the flash. Oh, the double kill. Wow, the double kill. That's what we like to call in the business a double. And a very exciting play. Meanwhile, any day, looking for another fight while Zodiac takes the rift. Keeping the pressure up on this top side of the map. Not only did he take this tower down, but he is just forcing this Jax to the back foot. There's the ignite. Here comes the ult. Can he finish him? And Jax jumps away just in time. Okay. But here comes Lissandra. And that had to be the call. Keep him busy till I get here. So a shutdown for Lissandra. Can't be too upset about that, but it is going to allow the Mountain Drake. And the hook by Blitz isn't going to mean a lot here. I said Mountain Drake, I meant Ocean Drake. So we've got the Mountain plus Ocean combo. Like we had in the last game. Very nice. And the Rift Herald gets the charge off mid. So that tower's not completely gone. But it is now very low. And Jarvan thinks he might have something here. Zodiac hanging around. We're about to hit 20 minutes in the game, and I am surprised that we are still in these conventional lanes. Zodiac is convinced. Oh! He almost had his number there. Jarvan disappeared just in time. And there's the Blitz flash. So Zodiac doing an amazing job of getting these flashes with his ult. And the dragon stacking has already started, so not quite. I think it's probably about a 500 gold lead at this point. Very, very close game at 20 minutes. Couldn't ask for a closer game, honestly. 11-7 in the kills. That might be a little bit misleading, but you also have 2 towers to 0. And Jarvan misses the drag, but he's got him trapped in this small circle. Garen looks like he doesn't care. And you gotta love that champion. He just says nope. So, Jarvan ult committed there. Garen didn't even need to flash. Just runs away. You love to see it. Or you hate to see it, depending on which side you're on. And Any Day continues his pressure top. Jarvan coming back again. Okay, you couldn't kill him when you had ult. Let's see if you can kill him without it. Big fight on the bot side. Oh, he's ignited, but the Soraka heals are going to keep him alive. Blitz is going to go down. And the Red Hawks are finding some kills down bot. Can they find this tower? 3 strong? Jackal says, let's do this. There's the ult. Okay, observers ran away, but it does look like the Kaiser's going to get away from that. Well, Sandra thinks she's found something here, but now she better run. I believe Jackal's got that one. Unfortunately, Jarvan is here. It's a good route, and he's going to have to back off. And there's Zodiac with the flash ult. Oh, the Hawks are on fire, but Jax showed up as well. Oh boy. He TP'd down, and he's just going to let Any Day destroy his tier 2 tower. He did get a kill for it, but I don't know. I don't know about that trade. I guess when you're down a little bit, you got to trade something, but Any Day about to drop the hammer on her. Wow. So I like what I'm seeing. The Garen pick coming in clutch here. The Warwick pick coming in clutch. Jackal's Veigar, really strong as always. 007 on this Xayah is not playing around. And the Raka heals have also been super clutch. Yeah, we got a 6-0 Veigar here with a crown and a Rylai's. Just stacking his passive. I guess at this point it'd be nice to see where he's at on that. Let's see if we can find him. 196 for the Phenomenal Evil. So that is just absolutely disgusting at this point in the game. 23 minutes in. So now Garen is going to be split pushing bot. He doesn't have teleport. Baron is on the map. Jackal making his way to the top lane. He's going to shove that in. Can't go too much farther. He doesn't have any vision. And honestly, he's going to greed for this wave, and I don't blame him. He has a lot of self-peel. And the one-shot potential on this Veigar now is just insane. So it would take probably Jax and Jarvan to take him down at this point. So Dragon coming up. This is going to be the Kim Dragon. And it's 10 seconds away. Jackal definitely considering just pushing through here, knowing full well they're going to be eyes onto that dragon. And now they see him pushing. Let's see if they respond. So far, it looks like he's just going to crack this base. Okay, well, they don't want the dragons to stack. They'd rather lose this tower, it looks like. Can he get an inhibitor as well? Meanwhile, blue team is on the dragon. Let's take a look at the action here. Zodiac getting really low. There's the Featherstorm. 007's going to pull it in. This is super close. The game is frozen. No idea why the game is frozen. It is possible that there was a pause. We're just going to have to wait and see. At this point, as you can see, the Jax with the triple kill. And Garen in a little bit of trouble here. Fortunately for the Red Hawks, the dragon has not quite been taken, and Jackal is on the inhibitor. So I'm not sure if there's anything I can do. Let's see if it'll stop once again when I hit that point. It does look like we have hit a hard wall right here. No idea what kind of technical difficulties are going on at this point. I'm going to assume that in just a moment this is going to fix itself. Well, while we wait, let's just watch this dragon fight, since we didn't really get a chance to do that moments ago. So as both teams converge, meanwhile, Jackal, as we know, split pushing up in the top lane. Blue team is here first, and any day coming in from the bot side. Let's keep the camera right here so we can watch the action. So much AoE coming out. And this is where the action stops, so no idea how this has turned out. And honestly, there's no producer in my ear, so I don't have any information about whether or not this is a pause. I'm assuming it had to have been a pause. So we're just going to wait this one out. At this point, just looking at the gold, this Drake isn't going to make a lot of difference. And the Redhawks still have a pretty commanding gold lead. So if Jackal does end up getting this inhibitor, I feel like they're going to be in a really good spot. And when you look at the health bars here, after they finish Dragon, there's really no way they can turn and head for Baron. I think most likely, if they kill Garen here, and that's actually a really big if. This is a level 15 Garen. I mean, he has Hullbreaker as well. I don't know how you kill a Hullbreaker Garen, honestly. But after that, maybe mid-tier 1 would be a target. Something of that nature. Let's take a quick peek. With this wave, Jackal's definitely going to be taking out this inhibitor. I don't see any way around that. Lissandra down for 42. Kai'Sa down for 30 seconds. That inhibitor is gone. And if they don't recall quickly, I mean, he could take some more turrets. So my thoughts are, if any day can keep them busy here, Jackal could be breaking more than just the inhibitor. That being said, I don't have any information about there being a pause, but we are going to take a quick break while we try to figure this out. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep the camera right here so that you can see, if the action pops back up, exactly what we need to know. And we'll be right back.